So I'm back, and yeah, let's uh, let's play a little Pauper. So this is the deck that's coming out in my article tomorrow. It's Mardu, Thorn of the Black Rose deck. Love it, need it. I know for some of you, you're not happy that Thorn costs, a decent amount of money. The big change to the deck this time is I cut the Renegade map and the Mog War Marshals for Signets. Yeah. So let's see what my bank looks like. Not bad. Not bad. Let's jump in. I'm not going to start a league because I'm just too... I don't want to right now. But let's see if I can get a quick game in. Oh, sweet. Gonna jump right in here. And hope I don't regret it. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, I need a mulligan this. This hand is pretty good. If I could guarantee that I would get another land, but I can't. Like, any other land makes this hand great, but I can't keep it. This is significantly better. I don't really want a second Skyfisher right now. So... how many ticks is this deck approximately worth? You know what? It's probably one of the more expensive decks in the format. Between 2 copies of Thorn of the Black Rose, which, are about 20... Okay, burn. 2 copies of Thorn of the Black Rose are about 13, 14, 15 each, plus Pyroblast, which isn't cheap. We're talking... a healthy amount of ticks. I haven't priced it out, but it's probably not that cheap. I wish I could tell you more. So let's see, how do I want to play this? Thorn is important, so what I'm going to do actually is this, and then what I'll be able to do is next turn I'll be able to cycle Ash Barrens, play Thorn, and then just start drawing extra cards, which will be really good. Sure. Now, hopefully I won't die before I get to do anything, but after my Thorn turn, I'll be able to Skyfisher back the Kabira Crossroads. And we'll go from there. That is a bad card right now. I'm not casting Read the Bones anytime soon. I might just be dead here. Or not. So it was a mistake to not use a mountain. Like, the problem is, I really am under the 8 ball here, because I need to draw all my life gain in fast. Yeah, because this is why. Like, their deck is just so redundant, and, oh god, this is going to be brutal and awful. That's not bad. That is definitely not a bad card to draw if they don't have Lightning Bolt, Fire Blast. Or Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. Okay. So, I am very, very close to dead. So the weird thing is, I'm not sure how to sideboard here. I mean, I need to bring in more creatures and more protection spells. Okay, so I'm effectively at 5, so we'll have to see what they play. That is useless. That is absolutely useless. There's a very, very good chance I'm just dead. At 3. Okay, you got me. So, yeah, this deck is probably worth north of 70, 80 ticks online. So let's see. So a lot of my removal is useless. Like, a lot of it. You'll notice I'm leaving in the Edicts and the Lightning Bolts because there's a really good chance they will have something like... What is that card called? Why is it blanking? Thermo Alchemist. Yeah, so Lightning Bolt has utility there, so does Edict, so does this in case I need to blow up a Signet. Like, we're going deep in the sideboard, basically. Burn is not exactly a great matchup. Like, I can't even take out the Justices. Actually, can I? Because they're almost definitely... Terminates are almost definitely better. Like, this is actually where the... This is where the Mog War Marshals came in handy, because they would just block and block and block and... This hand doesn't do anything. Mulligan. This hand is slightly better. Bottom. I wonder if I kept that Skyfisher on top last game, if it would have been better for me. So if we keep that Skyfisher, I gain 2 more life. At least. So the question is, next turn, do I cast Read the Bones or Phyrexian Rager? And a lot's going to depend on what they cast. Read the Bones is riskier, but it digs me deeper. Like, this is not a good matchup. At all. Burn is really good against me, and, yeah, I'm like 2-2 all-time against it. Well, that answers that question. Playing Rager. Because then I get to block. Okay, just drew Riftwatcher, which is really one of the strongest cards I could have drawn. Because it lets me gain a ton of life. And with Font on the table, it's just more and more life. I knew I recognized this name from somewhere. So yeah, I basically have to pull the trigger on Read the Bones here just to find land. Which is backs I'm effectively at 13. Between, actually I'm effectively at 11. So there's a really, actually, excellent chance I am 100% dead. Yeah. I need to draw my one plains or a white signet next turn to even have a chance. Because I'm effectively at 11. Depending on what they cast... Actually, okay. That's about as good as I could have hoped for. So the question is... Yeah, I have to go for Angler here. Angler at the very least gives me a clock. It's not ideal, but it's a clock, and it forces them to have an answer. Okay. Still don't think I win, but oh, it's getting close. Okay. Come on, white land. So, they need to... I mean, this is what it comes down to. Either they win on their turn, or I win on my turn. And given that they have me at 9, they suspended Riftbolt. Okay. So I'm at 4. If that... Yeah, any combination of cards is just deadly for me. Like... I needed a white land, and I didn't see one. I mean, what could they be doing? Like, you have it. Right? Right? Just put me out of my misery. Oh, wait. They cast Dangerous Wager? Oh man, I missed that. Huh. We're still alive. Okay. Sure. Let's do this. One time, dealer. Wow. That was lucky. That was very lucky of me. Land is good. I can't really argue with land right now. Okay. It's like too good to be true. So yeah, I'm actually trying to play around, what is it? I'm trying to play around, oh god, what's the name of that card? Molten Rain. It's bad. It's very bad. This may just actually seal it for me. Maybe not. Might be okay. Might not. I might still be dead, but we need to see what is going to happen to me. I do play Commander in real life, not so much on Magic Online. Nope, I'm just dead. That's unfortunate. Yep, okay. Yep, you got me. You had the burn draw. I did that so wrong. I thought that I would be able to, yeah, no, I totally punted that. Because I needed to be able to, yeah, no, I punted. Ugh. I miscounted the number of cards in my hand. Oh, that was so bad. I should have just passed the turn, and not done anything. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is what happens when you're a little too tired. So we're not going to play him again, or them again. We're going to wait a little while. See, see what's going on. Because I do not want to run into another queue against Burn right now. That was just not a pleasant experience. It was a searing sensation that I would not like to experience again. Oh, okay. They're in a game. Let's, not too bad. Lost to Burn. This is probably going to be my last match of the night. It's getting late here. Didn't sleep so great last night, and, should probably get a good night's sleep, but, played a couple matches of Limited. Played in a couple matches of Pauper. Pretty brutal loss I just took to Burn because I definitely made a misplay. So what do you all what do you think of the bans that happened or didn't happen in Standard today? Let's try this again. Yeah, I guess it's a bummer, but I know it stinks for the pros, but I'm hopeful that Amonkhet provides some new interesting cards for Standard. My big thing is, I think that Wizards kind of kicked themselves in the butt a little bit, because what you have is, you know, after Khans of Tarkir, they started going to the 2-block model, where the sets were supposed to rotate every year and a half, every 18 months. And that never really happened. So instead what you see is a bunch of standards that are a little too big, because they weren't designed to be this way. You know, we weren't supposed to be having Battle for Zendikar in the format right now. This hand's not great, but I think it's better than a mulligan. Like, I have all my mana, I have defensive drops, I just need to draw into a land in the first 2 turns. And I'm up against black, which isn't impossible, but isn't easy. It really depends on the matchup and how many Grey Merchants they can get in a row. Oh! Mono black aggro. Well then. That changes things. Oh wait, it could be mono black control. There are some versions that run Dauthi Slayer. For whatever reason. But what I will say is that this makes my Evenkar's Justices that much better. So, for those of you who play a lot of Pauper, what do you think of Mono Black Aristocrats right now? You have Carrion Feeder, you have Bloodthrone Vampire, you have cards like Undying Evil and Supernatural Stamina. Do you think it's a deck, Mono Black Aristocrats? Okay, so this is almost definitely a mono black variant. So what I really want to see in the next couple turns is a copy of Evenkar's Justice, because that would be really sweet. But my life total's high enough that I don't have to worry so much, and they didn't play a 4th land. Juka, are you talking about the Aristocrats deck I was talking about, or this deck right here? I think I want to get a black. Yep, Swamp. Play it. Yeah, it's not uncommon to see Dauthi. It is uncommon, but it's not out of the realm of possibility to see this card. It's strange because I don't think it's that great, but it does do some stuff. Namely, it helps to enable Gray Merchant draws, which is good. Yeah, this is definitely heavy on the Gray Merchant. Gray Merchant would be pretty terrible for me. So let's see. If I attack and they block, what does that do for me? Nothing really. I played a land this turn. Attacking doesn't really get me anywhere. If I attack here, still doesn't get me anywhere. Gets me mana, but this Gary hit is going to be painful. It's going to be very painful. Oh, sweet. No Gary. Yeah, I'm just going to take that? Like, I can tell their plan here is to try and win with a giant Gray Merchant. Like, that's fine. So now here what I can do is attack with Rager, because if it trades, I can always get something back. So let's see how they block here. Sure. I'm A-okay with that. Do they have Undying Evil? They do. Oh, okay. Let's see where they scry to. Top. Bottom, okay. Let's get you out of here. And then let's get back Phyrexian Rager. Like, this isn't great. I'm still behind because they can just Gary for 7 next turn, but I'm also not completely hosed. It's tough. I will say that much. This is not going to be easy. Did they just cycle? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Next time I'll know to hold my signets. So let's see. If I attack, I can pick off one of their creatures. If I attack. They have 6. They have the advantage right now. But we're kind of in a board state stall. I don't think attacking with Rager actually does anything, because if I attack and they block with Rager... Yeah, they've already demonstrated they have Lose Hope. So basically I really need to... Yeah. So that means... What's this card? They have Echoing Decay? Oh, Disfigure. Okay, they're taking a long time, which is fine? Like, they haven't beat me yet. Okay. Yeah, I actually can't afford to do this. Like, I'm ahead enough on life that... Now I can afford to double block? Maybe? Need to draw, like, a sweeper. That'd be sweet. I don't think their Dex removal lines up exceptionally well against mine, but we'll see. I mean, they just need another land before they can start doing stuff to me. Yep, there we go. That's bad. Very, very bad. Because next time what they can do is they can tap out to, Okay. Don't fail me now. Instant speed removal would be ideal. Nope, but you're still pretty good. Do you not know how the Monarch works? I don't think you do. Okay. Wait, are you empty-handed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, what did you do with your hand? You went bottom top. Okay. Yeah, no, that was about the best possible draw. I don't think I can easily lose this game now. Oh boy. Oh boy. I went from an absolutely untenable position to just absolutely phenomenal. Yes. Okay. We're gonna do it. Huh. Twitch retweeted me. Sweet. And scoop? No. If they have this figure, they can still take me off a creature. Yeah. And what this also does, it stops me from casting Justice this turn. Or not. Yeah, that was actually something Jason, Jay Siri suggested, Arc Lightning. It was to help matchups where there's a lot of small creatures and not a lot of, how should I put this? Decks that go wide with small creatures. So things like elves, it's a hedge against elves and decks like Kodotha Token's main deck. So in this position, what I would be doing if I were my opponent is I'd be holding lands. He hasn't seen, my opponent, sorry, not he necessarily, hasn't seen me play any Chittering Rats or anything like that. And so it's a little odd that they're just holding, because if they have anything, I have to respect that. But instead, they just played out everything. I'm not even going to bother trying to drag this game out. Just ending it right here. Okay. So, they are a black deck. And that means that my removal's good. Thorn was very good there. I definitely want Grim Harvest. Definitely. Slip was fine. I want Terminate. I want Edict. Kind of want another Angler. Kind of want Oblivion Ring. So let's see, where does this put us? Magma Spray is less good here. Still good. So I can cut that. I can cut Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning's not great here. I can cut a Terminate if I have the Oblivion Ring. They have Edicts and stuff. I didn't see Flyers, and you're less useful. Definitely want to keep Artifacts. Is it a Justice? Justice was really good. You know what? Let's cut a Magma Spray. Pretty good hand. Let's keep. I'm gonna hold on to the Signet because they did show me, what is it called? You know, that card that's really annoying. Wrench Mind. What's interesting is I didn't see Grey Merchant. Okay. We get to start the removal train now. So I'm not playing out Garrison because I have a worry they might have Choking Sands. And so they'll probably save it for my Karuz, my bounce lands. Fine by me. Go to town. I can take a couple hits. Well, You know what? I'm worried they might have brought in, what's it called? I cannot remember the name of the card. Okiba Gang Shinobi. It is getting late, so this is definitely going to be my last match. And if they did, that would have been very, very bad for me. As it stands, they looks to be out of gas. So let's fetch a swamp and hope I draw into gas. That counts as gas. Let's keep you both. Like, I know Pilfers isn't great right now, but it's way better than, nothing. Like, and its very worst, it's a threat. They have a handful of removal, so I'm just gonna bide my time. Like, there's no reason for me to play out Pilferers right now. If I do, there's a very good chance they'll just kill it. at which point I will have gotten 0 value from it. 0. Actual 0. So instead, I can just play lands. Now, they don't know that I don't have anything in my hand, unless they're ghosting me, which would be really jerky. Hey, it's the chiropractor. Hey, Chris Baker. See, now this is bad, because if they take the signet, but they'll probably take the O-ring? If they take the signet, what ends up happening is I'd probably pitch 2 lands to the Wrench Mind. No, but they took Edict. Sure. Still very confused as to what's going on in their hand. So, they definitely did not have that last turn. Otherwise, they would have cast it, I hope. Let's read them bones again. Those are good cards. Let's keep them. So yeah, I don't understand what they're doing. Really, I don't. My guess is they probably have a decent amount of removal in hand, which they're going to start using. Sure. So I have a 4-turn clock. Well, 3-turn clock plus lightning bolt. Well, no, let's see. 4. It's 4. Well, 18, yeah, 4. So what do you think he has in hand? Sorry. What do you think my opponent has in their hand? And they're going to get this Oblivion Ring, which isn't great, but it's not the worst. They followed up with a Wrench Mind. I'm out of cards, but not completely hosed. So if they do follow it up with a Wrench Mind, do I care? No, I think the life is more valuable. Well, Juka, you're finding out that not... Like, I understand their deck. It is a mono-black control deck. That is what they are trying to do. But in addition to running the standard mono-black control cards, they're also running Dauthi Slayer as a way to get in early damage. You see this sometimes with cards like Wicked Akuba, the Champions of Kamigawa common, that is 2 black mana for a 2/2 spirit that whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you can pay black to have it, basically to have it, you know, for each point of black you spend, they lose a life. So it's a way to force through early damage, and because it has 2 black symbols in its casting cost, it's decent with Grey Merchant of Asphodel. But that's kind of the big trick about Grey Merchant, is that it's not... It's a good card. I'm not trying to say that Grey Merchant of Asphodel is not a good card. Wow, triple disfigure. That is unfortunate that they had so many disfigures in their hand. It's not that Grey Merchant of Asphodel is a bad card, it's that I don't think it's so good anymore as to warrant forcing your deck around it in such a way. It's possible they have Corrupt. I mean, one of the first times I played this deck on stream was against a deck with Corrupt. But even then, I'm not sure... Usually when they're doing Corrupt, they don't run the Dauthi Slayers. That's usually in that slot for extra reach. Well, no, you don't... Sometimes Grey Merchant is absolutely correct. It is absolutely the right call up. Large portion of the time. So here's my question. How do they block? Okay. So I do that because if they have another Grey Merchant, it's bad. Like, it's very bad if they have another Grey Merchant. So I'm playing this out. Normally I wouldn't, but they are running Chittering Rats, so being empty-handed is better against them. So that's how what's going on in their hand tells me they have 2 removal spells. They probably have a Geth's Verdict, and if I had to guess, it might just be 2 copies of Geth's Verdict. It might be Geth's Verdict and a Lose Hope. Might be nothing. I mean, Tendrils of Corruption would be really good for them here. Yep. I've exiled to Read the Bones, yeah. Oh, that is not good. That is very... See, that's just unfortunate. Shadow's a liability here. So if they rip a Grey Merchant, that puts me at 19, because they'll attack, and them at 6. But they basically have to rip a Grey Merchant to stay alive. Huh. The Slayers are actually really good against the Thorns because I can't block them. And they have to attack, so Shadow might be a good way to think about being a trump for the Monarch. So if you're doing, you know, a white aggro deck, you could do something like Palace Sentinels. Hey John, I'm not doing rounds, I'm doing two-person queues, and actually at the end of this one I'm done. This is game 2 of the second match. I got hosed by Burn, and this one unfortunately was, you know, I think the high point of this one was when I got an 4-for-1 with a Evankar's Justice against my mono black control opponent. So yeah, I'll export these for video on demand. Maybe do a quick edit tonight, get these up. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the Pauper deck turned out, how the Mardu deck turned out. Happy with how I went with, you know, went 1-on-1 in stream and limited, 1-on-1 with Pauper, and yeah, excited to see what I can do in a couple days with what is the card. This big beastie and Tortured Existence, but yes, John, justice did prevail. Excited to see what I can do with this card in a couple days with Tortured Existence. But for now, I think I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much for coming out again. Again, you can find me, article on this deck is going live on Gathering Magic tomorrow, in actually just about 12 hours. You can find me on Facebook at Nerd to the Core, facebook.com/Nerd to the Core, and on Twitter at twitter.com/Nerd to the Core. I link all my stuff to the Facebook and to the Twitter, so you can find me there, and I'll have the videos up shortly. Thank you all so much again, and see you next time. Bye.